So perhaps this was the pitch piece that launched the awards recognition for Tammy's Always Dying. Which, if you saw the first trailer, you would probably know that, yeah, there's a lot of capability for this to get such awards awards recognition, which it did. I think it was against debut release at the 2019 TIFF, or Toronto International Film Festival. But perhaps this clip was the first launching point. I didn't really look at the dates in terms of what released first. Was it the trailer? Was it the clip? But this is the official TIFF clip for Tammy's Always Dying, which looks like a very promising film, even though so far as I've been noting with the trailers, I think the acting's very strong, and I can certainly see why Felicity Huffman and Anastasia Phillips got critical acclaim. And the film looks like it has an awards movie aesthetic to it. And it certainly has the sophistication of the levels to really justify that and make it an effective awards pitch. I would have liked to see the comedy side stressed out a bit more, because they say in the trailer, but this is a cigarette and whiskey comedy, and the synopsis had the potential to go that way. I just don't see it evolving that much through the trailers. Like, they haven't focused anything at all about, or at least from what I noticed, about the television side of the story, where you have a daughter, and obviously you can tell from the get-go, the mother-daughter relationship is so filled with tension that the daughter gets to this low point where she's like, oh, I'm going to document my mother's pain through a television producer's show, and then I can profit. Like, that's a really sad thing to go on, but it could again be a clever parallel to what you see in reality television these days. It's just, to me, when I look at that, I'm like, I would have liked to see that stressed more in the trailer, and it just wasn't. So they go with the more sympathetic side with going through the cancer and rebuilding the relationship between mom and daughter, which is fine, but I would like to see the comedy stressed a bit more, because really that was such a potent aspect, I thought, with the synopsis. It really brings the viewers in, especially if you are used to reality television. You're very familiar with that type of atmosphere. And it does kind of make it a bit funny when you think about it. It's a very meta layer. But they haven't gone on that point yet. Maybe this clip will. Let's take a look. But maybe this is more so to, again, throw this movie into the awards atmosphere where everybody's looking at it like, oh, yep, we're going to watch this one here. All right, so we're going to watch this first, and we'll talk about it more in my condensed review, so I don't fall short of the video together. Alrighty, here we go. I have liked the film, though. I mean, with the criticism, I think it still looks great from the trailers. I just wish the trailers had focused on some points that it's chosen not to. All right, here we go.
We exist on a planet filled with people, and some of them are nothing. We are those people, you know? We are nothing people.
Why what? Why won't you just die? Why won't you just fucking die?
Well, you can tell when you use language like that to your parent.
Get out of the car.
That takes...
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
a lot of
Get out of
anger.
the car. Hey, you can't. You can't. Get out of the car! All right. Listen up, Paul.
All the language is unnecessary, but that is really sad to see. You just left your mom abandoned there? There must be a lot of anger. They're really playing up the pathos side of the story, certainly. You know, I know there's probably people in life that certainly can relate to this on the level of, you know, maybe I have a very difficult relationship with my parent. I hope you're not talking to your parents like that, though. Like that there's a lot of anger that serves to really talk to someone, well, any adult figure or somebody that's in a mentorship role above you. But to get to that low point where that's your family, and you're telling somebody, not just telling them, why won't you just die? Like that's horrible, especially somebody going through cancer. Like I don't care what's at the root of what the bitterness is in this case. Telling somebody, let alone somebody going through cancer, but telling your mom that, or a parent or a family member, that's really sad, like, that you get to that point. But I know there's probably people in life that do get to that point emotionally, but you should never talk to somebody like that. Like, that doesn't do anything. And all this is going to do is just create more bitterness on either side, leaving your mom abandoned on the street. And then, granted, too, look at what the anger does. It distracts you. All those people that were honking at her, like, move, lady, you're disrupting traffic here. That's really sad. They're really stressing that, though. And that is an element that you see when you get to, like, the really sophisticated stories when you watch an awards film. They would really play up a story like this. So I can see certainly why it got such recognition at the Toronto International Film Festival based on that. Like, probably people watching, probably some people were teary-eyed. Like, that's been my experiences with my family, right? You know, maybe I had a fight with my mom or my dad or a sibling or a relative. And I hope they never got to the point of telling that person to their face that, like, why don't you just die? Like, that's sad. And obviously for her, like, it looks like she's been through a lot, too, the way she first kind of shrugged off, like she was laughing. But then she's kind of like, oh, you're serious. Like, you're actually opening the door and telling me to leave. Did she push her out of the car? No, she mostly just screamed at her. But that was really... There's a lot of anger simmering in this relationship. I mean, it's definitely... it's not the surface. It's in the heart. That's really sad. Well, I hope things work out for them in a better way over the course of the movie. I'm certainly intrigued to watch it. I've been very fascinated with this movie. I thought the premise, again, even though I do see on Wikipedia, too, that they noted it is a black comedy drama film, so it definitely sounds like it has that darker edge to it, as I noted. I would have liked to see that played up just a bit more, but they've really played up the pathos side. So in terms of getting the audience member to understand, like, oh, there's a lot of animosity in this relationship, very clearly that was demonstrated in the clip, and so far in the trailer. I'd say on the pathos side of the story, that's certainly going strong for them. But what do you guys think about Tammy's Always Dying? What are your thoughts on the comedy side? Would you like to see the reality, or not reality, I guess it's not really reality, but well, I don't know. But the television side of the project stressed out a bit more to bring some of the darker comedy side more to life? Or are you really happy? You know, again, I don't want to sound like I'm dissing the film completely. I think it's more so in the marketing that I have some issues that do come to light. But I think in terms of stressing this mom-daughter relationship is in a really bad place, they've done that expertly, even if all the language that they added on. I'm not a profanity person. The swearing was unnecessary, but it does get the point across. But whatever your thoughts are, feel free to let me know down below, whether you agree or disagree with me on, you know, your thoughts on the trailer or what they should have stressed. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Tammy's Always Dying. Don't forget all the good stuff, like, subscribe, ring that bell. And until our next project, that's an awards film or whatever we get to look at in the future for the first time, I'll see you guys at that point. But until then, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't let yourselves your fellow man. God bless and peace.